All right. Now, let's talk about comparison. Ooh, comparison. What do you mean by that? All right. Comparison. What do I mean? When I say comparison, comparing yourself to others, obviously we know that it's like a really terrible thing. When it comes to any part of life, comparison is just, it's like satanic almost, I want to say. And the reason why I say that is because, like, you might be content with what you have in life, but then you compare yourself to your neighbor and you're like, oh, if only. The car you have, the house you have, the clothes you wear, the job you have, the money you make, your progress in school or in your trade or in your military or in your game development. Yes. It all comes back to game dev. Otherwise, I wouldn't put it in this devlog now, would I? I think that as an indie dev, especially a solo dev, it is very easy to fall into comparison, to look at other solo devs or other just indie devs, period, like single A devs, because obviously like a single A comparing himself to a double A is stupid. Comparing himself to a triple A is absolutely asinine. But yeah, we're talking single A, true indie, solo dev even. I don't think. I mean, let's ask this question. Yes, if I'm making a fighting game, does it make sense for me to compare myself to someone who's making a Metroidvania or a RPG or a first person shooter? No, that's stupid. Okay. What if I'm a fighting game dev comparing myself to another fighting game dev? And what if we're both single A? What if we're both solo dev? Then now is it apples to apples? Now can we compare? Now is it no longer stupid? No, it's still stupid. It's still stupid because, and this is not me like bashing anyone, because I'm really, this message is for myself, just as much as it is for anyone else. Your origin and your end goal is different from their origin and their end goal. Okay, what do I mean? We both most likely, as game devs, we both most likely have the end goal of wanting to make $1 million. That would be pretty dope. Yes. Okay, so if we both have the end goal of making $1 million, then if he's closer to that goal than I am, then, or vice versa, then yes, we are comparing and that's totally valid, right? No. Because that's not really the end goal now, is it? Under the assumption that we both are aiming to publish our games to Steam and to the consoles and whatever else, and we both try to make $1 million, and we're both making the same type of fighting game, it's still is not good to compare yourself, because your origin and end goal beyond the $1 million is different. What I mean by that is, if you have like, let's say I'll use my leg. Yeah, I'll use my leg. So this is like the timeline. We both start like here in two different spots. We're both born in two different spots. Shoot, we might be a different age, so we're like this already. But let's just say we're the exact same age. So we're traversing life on two completely different paths. At some point, boom, our paths connect. Maybe not literally in the sense that like we meet each other. That could be the case. But let's say somehow our paths connect and now we are both happen to be game devs making fighting games, and we're posting devlogs to like online. Okay. But like, and we're both trying to get to $1 million. Once we get there though, what happens is we just go off into whatever that direction. Why? Because with that $1 million, the life that I want to live is different from his life. The car I want to have, the house I want to have, the family I want to have, the city in which I want to live, the lifestyle in which I live. Everything is different. The only thing we have in common is that one thing about being game devs. That's it. And so if our start and end are different, then it would make sense then, yes, that the middle is different. Yes. So if he happens to be ahead or behind, does it really matter? No. Because from that perspective, suddenly, it's not really apples to apples. It's a whole different person with a whole different path. That looks like it's perceived that it's the same, but it's not. So I can't speak. You can liken it to when you're on a highway, US highway, whatever, and then US highway, whatever, merges into interstate, whatever, for a little while, and then eventually they break off again. That's a really good example. That's what it is. And yet we're too busy trying to like overpass the cars. Oh my God, this bro, cooking. God. But yeah, so that's all I'm saying. Just focus on driving. Stay in your lane and just focus on driving. Don't worry about the people around you. I mean, obviously don't run into them, right? But like, use your turn signals. But yeah, I caught myself last year at the beginning of my game dev journey. I was comparing, and it's like, bro, like, relax, like literally relax, dude. It's fine, because losers focus on winners, but winners just focus on winning. So just lock in, literally just lock in. So this is not a realization that I came to in game dev. I actually came to this realization whenever I was going to flight school to be a pilot a little while ago. Because yeah, I mean, in flight school you pass each other up all the time, and you feel like crap because y'all both are aiming to be airline pilots. So it's perceivably the same path, but it's not. It's totally different. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share that because I think it's very important. So, and it'll probably benefit somebody. So, and it's something that I guess I can look back at too, whenever I do inevitably one day with whether it's game dev again or some other thing, compare myself to someone. So, yeah. Anyway, deuces.